This is Jason Beggar from Lumos Cloud Consulting. Today we're going to be talking about the Cisco ACI Vcenter plugin. What this plugin is going to allow us to do is allow to configure objects within ACI using the WebSphere web client. It's going to allow us to build contracts, EPGs, tenants, bridge domains, microseg EPGs. What it's not going to do is not going to change the way the ACI fabric talks to the ACI DVS that we insert into Vcenter via VMM domain. When we're working with clients, we get asked about this tool quite a bit. We also try to work with not just the network team. We don't build ACI in a silo. We work with the network team, the systems team, the firewalls, and the load balancer team, storage. So when we build ACI, we want the IT department as a whole to understand the ACI infrastructure rather than just the network product, right? So start here, you can see I have an APIC up on my screen. We want to go ahead and use the APIC as a HTTPS server in order to install the VC plugin. So I'm typing in VC plugin after my APIC address, and we're going to go ahead and get some options here as well as some installation instructions. You're using vCenter version 5.5, update 3E or 6.0 update 2. As well as vCenter 6.5, you can go ahead and use this. Anything prior to 5.5, vCenter only used TLS version 1, where APIC uses 1.1 and 1.2, and so now anything after 5.5, we can go ahead and use the ACI APIC as an HTTP server, which is really nice and handy. If your vCenter isn't up to date, you can go to your vCenter IP and put in port 5480, log in using your root password. You can look at your vCenter appliance. We can also go to update. You can check for updates and install updates. I'm only suggesting this because I have run into some issues when installing this product because my updates weren't right on vCenter. So you might want to go ahead and check this. There might be multiple updates and you just want to be careful because again, it will reboot your vCenter. So it's just something you might want to check. It is your APIC IP, or excuse me, your vCenter IP :5480 should bring you to the vCenter page to allow update, summary, so on and so forth. So we're going to go back to the Cisco ACI plugin. First thing you want to do is install the Ps1 file. Once we install the Ps1 file, or excuse me, download the Ps1 file, we want to go to properties. You are going to want to go to unblock here. You will have an unblock option. You'll want to select that and hit OK. It'll allow us to install it. The other thing you will need is VMware Power CLI tool, right, which I have here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and install this ACI plugin Ps1 file we just downloaded and just point it to the directory and hit enter, right? It's now going to ask us for a vCenter IP. Go ahead and do that, right? I'm going to go ahead and give it the vCenter IP. It's going to now ask for a zip file URL. We're now pointing it to this file that we don't need to download. It does live on the APIC. Again, I have that already in here. We're going to take a look. You just point it to HTTPS, your APIC IP, vCenter plugin, and then the file name. Right, and now it wants a thumbprint, SHA-1 thumbprint that we get from the browser we're using. I'm using Chrome. Quick way to get that is if we go to our certificate, we can go to details. If we just scroll down, you are going to see your thumbprint. Right, so if we take this, I've already thrown it in a text file. I've modified it to where the CLI is going to ask in the format the CLI needs. So if we go into here, I do have the thumbprint. I'm going to go ahead and enter. It should ask me now for vCenter credentials. Let me make sure I type this in right. We're going to go ahead and let this install. I should get a prompt saying that the plugin has installed correctly. Usually pretty quick once it gets authentication. We are now connected to vCenter. Right, and I should get a prompt saying everything is installed and to go into the web client and verify the plugin. So it does say it is installed correctly, but now let's go verify into the web client and make sure it's there. So pretty straightforward. You can also scroll down here and it gives you some steps. Here's that unblock button. You can come in here and it will show you. So we're going to log into our web client now. We'll go to home. We'll see if the plugin has been installed. As we can see it here, as now we can see it in our home page. If you're doing anything like AVE within ACI, this is a great tool to use in order to get that installed, which I'll be doing in another video here shortly. But if we go to our ACI fabric, right, we're going to connect vSphere to our ACI fabric. We do want to add a new one, so I'm going to go ahead and add my APIC IP. We don't need to use the certificate here for this testing purposes. We're going to go ahead, we're going to integrate ACI with this tool. Right, it's showing one APIC, that's all I have in this environment. Right, so we can go in here and now look at different functionality within ACI. I can look at application profiles, one that I have built. We can browse all tenants. Right, I'm going to go into mine. Right, we're going to take a look at tenants. Right, this is what my current tenant that I'm troubleshooting with right now looks like. We can go ahead and create new objects. Right, I can go ahead and create an endpoint group. Right, I can name it. I can say if it's part of what domain, what all my other functionality. Right, I'm not going to run through and configure everything in here. It does just give me different options. Right, shows me my L3 outs, my bridge domains. I can build them here as well. It will show up in the ACI. So let's go ahead and we'll create a bridge domain for test purposes. We need to attach it to. We're going to do test VC plugin. All right, I'm not going to give it a gateway right now. We'll go ahead and do it. Let's log into the APIC and see if I get that. While that boots up, we'll take a look in. So I have a test VC plugin bridge domain. All right, we'll log into our APIC. Type today. So now we're in our APIC. Let me run to my tenant real quick. For bridge domains, as you should see a test VC plugin. Here it is. Right. It should have a VRF already attached to it because we did it in the main VRF. Right. Some other things I can do some troubleshooting. Right. I can take a look at the health of my fabric. Again, this isn't a tool for everybody. Not everybody wants their system administrators having access, but it is a tool that allows system administrators to have access and lets them work from their world rather than the APIC. Right, and again, we want to build ACI as a IT whole, not just a networking silo. Right, so there are different things here. Once you get this installed, you can play with all the different options. I might give another tutorial of everything else you can do in here, but now we have full integration between vSphere web client and ACI fabric, and we can go ahead and make some changes. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I know it looked pretty easy and pretty simple. Again, just make sure that your vCenter is up to date, you have enough storage, and then you should be able to get this plugin on your production fabric or even test fabric. Thanks a lot, and see you soon.